Hi everyone! In this presentation, I am going to be using my sandbox to kind of just walk you through all of the smaller updates that Canvas had for the fall 2024 semester. So if you're looking for bigger things like copy leaks or Lucid or the new Google integration, each of those has their own video. I highly encourage you to go out to the CETL YouTube and watch those videos because each of those has a lot of different components in it. And here I'm just going to kind of quickly go through all the new things. All right, so the very first thing here is going to be our new DocuSeek tool. DocuSeek is the library's new tool for educational videos. So all of you probably have noticed this in your course navigation. You can keep it there if you want, or you can remove it by going into your settings and navigation and turning that off. You don't have to keep it in the side here. With DocuSeek, you can also embed these videos onto a page. Let me just open up a random page here. So in order to do that, you're going to do that in basically the same way that you embed anything else. Pick the point where you want the video to look. This little eyeball up here is going to be your DocuSeek choice. And from here, you'll be able to find your titles. Let's say our keyword is, I've already got climate change there. Type that in, find your titles, click on the video that you want, and there you go. So if we save this, I can scroll down. Now, the nice thing about these DocuSeek videos is they do come with this transcript on the side. Make sure your video actually lists a transcript. Some of them, unfortunately, don't have this, but most of them do. It makes it very, very easy to kind of find what you needed to find in the video. So if you knew there was a point where they were talking about New York and you just couldn't find it, you can type in what you're looking for here. And the really nice part is if you click within the transcript, it will actually take you to that part of the video. So you can go as far as you need to. All right, maybe here's the part that I was looking for. So that's a nice new feature. Thank you, library. The next new feature I'm going to show you all is the new student information and help page. So everybody has this nice big blue button in the bottom left of your global navigation on Canvas over here on the left that says help. If you click on that, everybody is going to see slightly different things, but I have turned on this Mountie student information and help page for everyone. If we click on that, this is basically designed to be a one-stop shop for all students, giving them access to the portal, giving them access to basic help like Canvas help and the help desk themselves, giving them access to the calendar, library resources, the bookstore, all kinds of things. And of course, the student handbook is linked here as well. So I encourage you to look through this. If you have students that are asking questions, unable to find maybe an office on campus, please do take a look. And one thing I will also ask you to take a look at is this offices, programs, and staff link down here. I do have all of the programs of study listed here. I did get these off of the Mount Aloysius website. If you would just take a couple of minutes just to make sure that your program is listed correctly, I have the correct department chair, I have the correct names for everything, I would so appreciate it. Our next feature we're going to talk about is this lovely discussion redesign that everyone loves. No, it's not too bad. All right. So with this discussion redesign, there are actually a lot of new features here. You open up a discussion. The very first thing you'll see is that it is a different visual look to discussions. And also you'll notice that the edit button is gone. So now you have to edit by opening up your discussion, clicking on the three dots in the upper right-hand corner, and then clicking edit. So there's a lot of different options in here now. You have partially or fully anonymous replies options for students now. One that I did send out an email about the other day was this disallow threaded replies. If you check this box, students will not be able to reply to each other directly. So please, if you want them to interact with each other in the discussion board, uncheck that box and make sure it is unchecked. You now, as the instructor, can view the version history of edited posts. So if you are encouraging students to update their posts and add information, you can now see the history of that. You can now also toggle the view between inline and split screen. Let me just save and get out of here. Now, this is just an example discussion, so you're not really seeing any posts or anything like that. But you can see you can view inline, or you'll be able to view split screen when you have actual discussions. You can also sort the threads from newest first or oldest first, totally up to you. You can also have this option of a summarize. Now, again, there is nothing in this discussion because it is just an example. But once you do start to get posts on your discussion, you can click this summarize button. And Canvas is going to use AI to read through all of your students' replies and kind of give you an overview of what's going on. If a lot of people are asking the same question, if a lot of people are mentioning the same thing, or there's just kind of, any kind of vibe in the comments, it is going to pick that up. Yes, I just said the word vibe. You can make fun of me for that. That's fine. But that discussion summary is brand new. So if you do click that, just to let you know, that discussion summary will not pop up at the top of the page. It will appear right above your student posts. So that's going to be underneath all of your instructions up here. So just make sure you scroll down. You can also now quote posts when replying. Students can do that as well. And you can also type the @ symbol to mention instructors and students. And when you do that, they will get a message in their inbox that says, hey, somebody mentioned you in a discussion. So that's the same @ symbol that's in your email. If you just type that and start typing a name, it'll pop up a whole bunch of options for your course there. So that's just a really quick readown of all of the discussion redesigns. Also, with discussions, there was just an update. They are coming out with that checkpoints option where you can set different due dates for the initial post and the reply post. That is now scheduled for the end of November. So, knowing how InStructure and Canvas generally does things, I would not expect to see that until next semester. But hopefully, we do see it next semester. The other thing that I will mention while I am here is this new Assign To button. You will see this now on basically everything in Canvas. You can see it here in a discussion. You'll see it on assignments. You'll see it on quizzes, but you'll also see it on things like pages and modules now. The Assign To option allows you to put anything on the student calendar now. So it's also nice because you don't have to actually edit anything to assign things now or update due dates now. You just click this Assign To button, add in your due dates here, click Save, and it's done. There is also a redesign for announcements. Let me just make an example one here really quick for you. Example. So on announcements, really, there's not a whole lot of changes here other than just visually, it looks a lot like the discussion redesign now. You still have all of the same options you had before. The only real difference here and the biggest change is just this change to the interface where you are able to delay posting these assignments and closing these assignments. So you can really narrow down when these show up in your class. You don't have to put a date anywhere in here, but that is totally an option if you want to open and close assignments. Now I'm going to pop over into grades, where there's a couple of different things that have been added onto SpeedGrader in the gradebook. Let me just start in the gradebook here. If you point at the item name of your assignment, click on these three little dots, you will see an option to message students who. Now this did exist before, but you have a couple more options now on what group of students you can actually message, and you can skip the excuse students for that specific assignment. Once you choose these things, you can either, choose, narrow down even more to who is actually going to receive this, but you can then send your message to everybody within that group. So that should hopefully make kind of reminding students to do their assignments, reaching out to everybody who has completed something a little bit easier. Also in SpeedGrader, there we go. There are a couple of new ways to add comments in SpeedGrader. Let me just make the side a little bit bigger over here. If we scroll down to the comment box, you can see that I was already playing in these comments, but you now have the option of text to speech, which is right here. If you click on that let me show you once more, this very first one, this little one that looks like a speaker, and you hit that record button, it will start to type everything that you say. And once you hit stop, it'll put it right into the box and you can submit it right there. You can also, brand new, record. Hi, ready? So you can start recording here. You can also screen capture from here if you choose the screen capture option. Enable it. Choose wherever your assignment actually is. You can record right on this screen if you need to. Let's go right here. We will share that. All right, and we'll be able to share the student assignments. You can also upload media if you want to, selecting a video or audio file straight from your computer. Hopping back out to the main page, we also now have something called Smart Search. You might have also noticed this in your navigational bar. This is also AI that Instructure is integrating into Canvas. This Smart Search, the very first time you open it up, it will say, I am reading through your class. You'll be able to search in just a second. But once that is done, it will continue to read any new material that you add into a course. So what this will do, let's say I know I made something for nursing in this sandbox somewhere. All right. There it is, my need help page. I know that I can type in nursing and just find it right there. Or let's say I know that I stored somewhere in here the HTML trick for adding padding to an image. There it is. So this is going to help your students, especially if you have a lot of information in those courses. Another thing that is brand new is the rubric redesign. Rubrics are now much easier to create and much more forgiving. You can see if you click on rubrics in your course, you'll now see a nice list of those rubrics. You can sort them by their total number of points, by how many criterions they have, or their locations used or not used. This one is very nice actually because you can click on this courses and assignments and you can see exactly what assignment it is linked in, and you can actually click on this to go directly to that assignment. You can also now edit or duplicate, yay, a rubric, or you can archive old rubrics if you don't want to completely delete them just yet. Right. So to create a new rubric, you'll click this big Create New Rubric button. We will call this Example Rubric, and we will draft a new criterion. Let's just call this one Grammar. You can enter a description if you want. For the points, it automatically gives you 4, 3, 2, and 1. You do not have to keep that. You can make these whatever you want them to be. Let's say 20, 15, 10, 5. All right. Or if you decide, I really don't want that middle one, you can delete. And if you're typing them in and you say, oh no, I accidentally put 15 above 20, no problem whatsoever. We can move around these criterion now. Hooray. We'll save. You can also now duplicate criterion by clicking on this little duplication button all the way on the right-hand side. There are a couple more upcoming things that are very exciting for Canvas. We have a block editor coming in sometime, probably next semester. But one of the things that is going to be a little scary for some people is going to be the enforcement of new quizzes. If your quizzes look like this, they have the little hollow rocket ship next to them, you are using classic quizzes. If your rocket ship is colored in, congratulations, you already have new quizzes. New quizzes is going to be the only way to make a quiz moving forward fairly soon. They haven't actually given us a date for that yet, but it is coming up. So please be prepared. Next semester, whenever course copies go through, I'm going to automatically change all classic quizzes into new quizzes. But until then, if you're making a new quiz, make sure it is a new quiz. And if you're not sure how to do that, please reach out. And if you have any questions about any of this, please reach out. I know that was a lot, but there's a lot of updates for this semester, which is very exciting and a little confusing. But if you need any help, let me know, and happy building.